Can I get a hand clap for Dave? He's not like these other pedophiles. You already know what's going on. This is Minnesota Pred Watch. And I got you another one. But can we get a hand clap for Dave? He is not like these other pedophiles. Aaron, 2 videos ago, he wanted to mess around with a child in the car and have the child's friend step out of the car while him and the child messed around. Not Dave. Not Dave. We need a hand clap for Dave. Dave rented a hotel room. What a G. What a real man. And I thought real men didn't exist anymore. Dave has brought my faith in men back. Now that I said all that, yeah, he invited what he thought was a 15-year-old to a hotel. He was going to pick him up at the grocery store right by the 15-year-old's house. And, well, you know what's going on. You already know. No 15-year-old showed up. You already know. Your boy showed up. That being said, a couple of things. Number one, yes, my videos will end up on Rumble. I'm putting them on Rumble. Number two, oh, and the reason why they're not on Rumble is because they take forever to upload. Number two, yes, I call the cops. I just don't call the cops to the scene. There's 2 reasons for that. Number one, Minnesota doesn't do anything about it when you call the cops. They will gather the information and they will open up a case if they see that there's enough evidence to show that this person was trying to solicit a minor, but they won't arrest on site, so there's literally no point in calling the cops. If I was in a different state, I would. But yeah, so I offer the Predator a deal. You tell somebody what you're doing, you answer my questions, I won't call the cops right now. But I do always turn the information over to the police. Hope that clears some things up. All right, enjoy the video. Get in front of his car. And stop. Roll down the window. Roll down the window, sir. My name's Bruce. I'm with Minnesota Pred Watch. I need to talk to you about your conversations with Mason. If you get out of the car and you just have a conversation with me, this can go.
I knew this.
All I want is a conversation. That's it. I'm not calling the cops. I haven't called the cops. I'm not the police.
So I understand. I know.
Will you have a conversation with me?
I knew this was wrong.
Okay, so already you know that it's wrong and you shouldn't have been doing it?
Yes.
Okay. We're off to a great start. I just want to, and I'm recording for your safety and my safety. I'm not the police. It's perfectly voluntary to talk to me. You can tell me to piss off at any time and I'll leave.
I knew this was going to be harsh.
Messages. So I haven't called the police, but
I know what I said.
I know what you said, but I want to see if you're going to be honest with me. You good to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so who are you here to meet?
The guy named Mason.
Mason? And how old is Mason?
Yeah. 20, or he said 15.
15? All right, see? Being honest, that goes a long way with me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I know this was.
So what kind of stuff did you and Mason talk about?
We talked about all kinds of stuff. We didn't. I didn't really trust it at first.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
I really didn't.
I'm glad you didn't, because this is someone who told you he was a 15-year-old boy, right?
Yeah. And I turned around and I kind of fell for it.
And you fell for it. So
Get kinda
what was
lonely in the world.
what was the plan tonight is the big question.
I probably would have, you know, get lonely. You want somebody to be with you, I guess.
Right, but what was the plan tonight when you picked Mason up?
We're going to a hotel.
Go to a hotel?
Yeah.
And you rented out a hotel to take him back there?
I've got a
Okay.
had a hotel.
And so, did you plan to have sex with Mason?
It was in my mind, yes.
Yeah? What were some of the things you wanted Mason to do to you?
Well, it's not. I tried to get him to tell me what he wanted to do. I
Smart.
said things that I like to do, but I tried to get him to tell me what he wanted. I said it was, I like everything.
Yeah, but what were some of the things you wanted? Because, look, I got all the messages right here.
No, I understand.
You were talking to me the whole time. I'm Mason. My name's actually Bruce. I'm with Minnesota Pred Watch. All we do here is we make sure that kids aren't talking to adults online and adults aren't talking to kids. And
I knew it was a mistake right away.
you knew it was a mistake? Well, that's definitely
Well,
a start.
when I saw the profile thing and he said hi, when you said hi to me, I thought it was 22. I really did. I thought
You thought it was 22?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
original.
yeah. And anything sexual you would have said before I told you I was 15 would have been perfectly legal because you didn't know.
Right.
But it was the continual sexual talk after I told you I was 15 that's the problem right there. So what that is a violation of Minnesota statute 609-352, solicitation of a minor. It's a felony, right? And which is why I haven't called the cops, because I don't want to ruin your life. You're older, but you still have time left, and I just want to make sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing, and this is not one of those things.
I kind of knew it, and it's like in my heart I knew it.
It says here that you wanted Mason to be willing to try the things that,
Yeah.
what were some of those things?
Whatever I said I liked.
What were some of those things?
Well, like.
Yeah. See, you're being honest with me so far. This is going a lot better.
Why I shouldn't
look. I'm gonna tell you this. You're my third catch. One was in Hudson. One was in
Tonight?
No, not tonight. No, you're my third catch. One was in Hudson, and one was in Minnetonka. One guy I called the cops on because he refused to talk to me. The other guy I didn't call the cops on because he talked to me and answered my questions. And so you get to choose tonight what side you're going to be on, right? I don't call the cops on everybody, I just want to make sure that you're sorry for what you did and you're not going to do it again.
I am very sorry. Like I said, I kind of figured it in a way. I just felt it was not right.
Yeah, it's not right.
Not like that. I mean, I felt it was.
Felt like it was a catch?
In a way.
Felt like I was going to be here? Not me. You probably never seen me before, but you felt like it wasn't a 15-year-old.
That show that To Catch a Predator kind of thing.
Well, I'm not Chris Hansen. If I was Chris Hansen, you'd probably be going to jail. And you should be thankful that I'm not the police either, because you'd already be in the back of a cop car if I was the police. And so you can be assured of those two things, that I'm not here to arrest you. I can't arrest you again. You can leave at any time. It's totally voluntary to talk to me. I just want to kind of understand why people do this. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Maybe for me it's loneliness.
Loneliness?
Maybe.
You got any close family?
Not anymore, no. Most everybody's
sons,
gone.
Daughters?
No, I don't have. I'm not married.
Roommates? You mentioned some roommates.
Well, I live with a family that has special needs kids, and I help take care of the special needs kids. And they don't know about my gay lifestyle.
Look, I'm a Christian, but I don't care if you're gay. It doesn't matter to me. That's not the issue. We're in America. If you choose to do that, that is totally up to you. My problem is when children are involved.
Right.
And so...
I guess that makes sense, because if somebody did that to my kids, I'd probably beat them.
There needs to be something that you can do so that I know that you're being held accountable for this. There has to be somebody that you can call and that you can tell what you were doing. And we'll get to that in a minute. Because if there's nobody, then I'm going to have the police hold you accountable. Because I need to make sure it doesn't happen again. And I know that you probably feel like you'd never do it again.
Well, I've got friends that I can call.
You've got friends that you can call that'll pick up. I know it's late, but I just need...
Tonight, they won't pick up, I don't think.
Just let that ambulance go by. Did you bring condoms with you? No?
No.
Okay.
I don't have...
Bring drugs? Weapons of any kind?
No, drugs, no.
Marijuana?
Nope.
Okay.
Don't do drinking, no.
Don't do drinking? Well, that's good. That would have been another felony if you would have brought any type of drug with you.
I've never really done that.
Okay. So, I've talked to two other people, and both of them have said it's loneliness that drives them to maybe see about hanging out with a younger person. I want to know more about that.
I don't know how to explain it, because I think it was just, when you said hi to me tonight, on
Did Mason say hi to you, or did you message first?
I maybe said it was, I maybe said put him on my like thing, put it on my like thing. On Adam for Adam thing. I can't remember if I said, I think I put him on my like thing and then he said hi first, I think. Or you said hi.
I think Adam for Adam sends the favorites straight to the messages, but we'll see.
I can't remember.
Let me just look.
They did.
And look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. At the end of this conversation, you will have to call somebody. And you will have to tell them kind of what you've been doing. Because you might tell me, and you might even feel like you'll never do this again. But I can't know that, and I'm a concerned citizen.
Yeah.
You know, if you had a child, right, and somebody about your age was talking to them and talking about bringing
Oh, you're right. No,
right? So you understand, right? So by the end of this conversation, you will have to tell somebody, or I will have to call the cops. I don't want to call the cops, which is why I'm giving you that option, but there has to be some type of accountability. And it seems like you're holding yourself accountable, but we see that you had this slip up tonight, which means that holding yourself accountable isn't really working all that well. So there has to be somebody outside of you that you can talk to and tell them what's happening. But we'll get to that in a minute. What all were you? You know what? I'll ask this. Have you ever met a minor offline before?
No.
No?
Nope. This was actually the
First
very
time?
first time that
Are you around children a lot?
Yeah, those.
Are they safe?
Kids. Yes. Yeah.
They're safe from you?
Well, yes, and they don't. Like I said, I admit it. If somebody tried that with one of my kids, I'd probably beat one of the kids.
Yeah, I'm a father myself, and so that's kind of why
I'm
I do
not
these
their father,
things.
But I just do.
That's why I do this, because I'm a father myself. I have one biological son, and I have 3 stepkids, and 2 of my stepkids are inching closer to the age Mason was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I find it concerning, which is why I do need you to call somebody. But we can get to that in a second. Let's see. So you're being honest with me, which is why I don't want to call the cops, which is why I'm giving you that other option.
Appreciate
And if you have any doubts of me having your best interests in mind, I brought you here. I don't actually live in Robbinsdale. I used to. I actually live on the north side. If I would have brought you over there and somebody heard this conversation, you can imagine what would have happened. You sent me pictures of the hotel. It's a nice hotel. It's a nice hotel room. Very nice. Costs a lot?
No.
All right, I got to ask you this for video, just for evidence. Just so I can't say that you did something, or you can't say that I did something. Did I ever ask you for money?
No.
No? Never asked you for money? Did I ever physically threaten you with physical violence in any way, shape, or form? No? Okay. And that's why I'm recording. It's for your safety and for my safety. Some people that I catch do go on YouTube, but not all of them. Last guy I caught, he went on YouTube because he wouldn't come out and talk to me. So I plastered his face all over the place because he wasn't willing to take any accountability. First guy isn't on YouTube. So it's just kind of how these chats go. This chat we have goes that will determine whether I decide to plaster your face everywhere. And so far, you're being honest with me, and that's what I need. I need honesty. I don't know if you ever watch this type of content, but most guys, they're not honest.
I said that. Well, that one show that
Chris Hansen. Yeah, they're always saying, "Oh, I wasn't gonna do anything," even though their messages are full of nasty stuff. And when I asked you what was going on, you answered me, and that's what I'm looking for. I don't know if I asked this before. Are you attracted to minors?
No, I wouldn't say that. No.
Are you attracted?
I would say people like. Most of the time, it's like 30, 35.
30, 35?
Yeah, about 30 years younger than me.
Not 15 through 18?
No.
Not really?
Like I said, honestly, the 2 twins at the house,
yeah,
they're 15 and that. But if somebody tried, I would be very pissed.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Are they boys or girls?
Girls.
Girls? Well, so is there somebody that you can call that will hold you accountable for what you were planning on doing tonight. I need somebody, man. I really don't want to. What's that?
Try to call one.
All right. Not gonna drive off on me, are you? Because if you drive off, I do have to call the cops. But
No, that's okay. My keys are.
just put it on speaker for me.
This minute.
You're hard to find. I will say, you're hard to find online. I will say that. We did find you though.
For the dating thing?
No, in general. Had to run your number through a system to find out exactly who you are. Make sure your name is actually Dave. But
I don't know how to turn this on.
just the speaker phone button.
Hello?
Hey sis, what's up? I kind of did something stupid. I kind of got busted a little bit. I got solicited. I kind of solicited online for.
You want me to
and
talk
they
to
were
her?
15. No, excuse me.
Hello?
And the person's 15.
Here, let me. Hello, ma'am. My name is Bruce. I'm with Minnesota Pred Watch. Is Dave your brother?
No, friends.
Friend?
Just like we've known each other.
Dave contacted someone on a dating site, and when that person told him he was 15 years old, Dave essentially wanted to meet up with this 15-year-old and take him back to a hotel and have sex. That's kind of why I'm here, and that's why I had him call you, because I need somebody that's going to hold him accountable. And I had him call somebody because if he didn't have anybody that was going to hold him accountable, I would have to call the police. That was kind of the deal we had here. So, yeah.
Okay.
You always do hold me accountable for everything in my life. So.
Yep.
I think I'm getting too lonely out here. So, is that it for her?
Oh, yeah. If you need to,
I'll
you can
talk
hang
to you
up.
later.
Okay.
But it's a sad thing to be lonely. I was lonely for years until I got married. Been married for 2 years. I'm very blessed. But this ain't the way to go about it, man.
I know.
And I don't think it's jail time you need. I think maybe some help. I think maybe you need some help, some therapy, and hopefully your friend will help you coordinate that. But we can't be doing this anymore. So I'm gonna need you to do something for me. I'm gonna need you to pull out that Adam for Adam app, and I
don't have it on my phone.
Oh, you don't?
No, I have it actually on a tablet.
Okay. Now here's what I want. When you get home, I don't want you blocking me. I want you to delete your account off that app, because no disrespect you've shown that you shouldn't be on that app. And I think you need to get you some help. Really.
She's a good friend. She'll help.
That's good. I'm not going to call the police here, but because this was an attempted crime against a child, I do have to hand it over to the authorities. But knowing Minnesota, they're probably not going to do anything about it, or they might. Who knows? But I do have to give it to them. Like I said, I'm not going to call the cops and bring them here, but I do have to call it in tomorrow and tell them what happened, and I have to turn in the evidence. And yeah, I hope I never see you again.
That's fine. Yep.
I really do. All right?
All right.
Then we're done.
All right.